Yeah. Good evening, everyone. In the last class, we are trying to develop methods by using objects. So yesterday, we have written some methods by taking object as a parameter. When we need to take object as a parameter, why we need to take object as a parameter? If you want to send multiple values as a input for the method, then it is recommended to take one object as a parameter. For example, I want to supply one person data as a input for the method. Okay, person data nothing but person will have a ID, person will have a name, person will have a gender, person will have a height, person will have a weight. Okay, now I want to write a method which will take person data as a input. Now I'm going to write like this: void print integer id, then string name, then character gender, then double height, then double weight. Okay, I'm writing one method. For that method, I'm taking so many parameters. Those parameters are representing one person data. Now, instead of writing a method like this, can I keep all these properties inside one class called person class? Can I keep all these properties inside a person class? Now, can I write a method like this? Void print of person P, which is recommended. Method first approach is recommended, second approach is recommended, second approach is recommended. Why second approach is recommended? Why second approach is recommended? We are writing a program. That program we are doing by using Java. Java is a object oriented programming language. Everything we need to represent in the form of object. If you see my first method, in the first method what I am doing, I'm taking parameters. How many parameters are there? 5 parameters are available. One person is having 5 variables: id available, name available, gender available, height available, weight available. All that data I want to pass as the input for the method. If you want to pass any data as a input for the method, you need to take it as a method parameter. If you want to supply some data as a input for the method, then you need to take it as a parameter. Whenever you are writing a parameter for the method, you need to understand what input you need to take for that method. What is the main purpose of the method? What is the purpose of the method? Take the input, perform the operation, give the output. Method will take input, method will perform some operation, method will give some output. Okay, what input we need to perform the operation? After operation got completed, what output we need to provide, that we need to decide. Based on that, you need to write the method. Now I want to take one person data as a input. Person having a id, person having a name, person having a gender, person having a height and weight available. Instead of taking 5 parameters for a method, those 5 properties I will keep inside a class. This class object I will take as a parameter. If I am taking object as a parameter, what is the meaning of that? All the properties I am taking as a parameters. Instead of passing all the values separately, I will keep all the values in one object. That object I will pass as a parameter for the method. Which one is recommended? Which one is recommended? Second approach is recommended. In the first approach, normal variables I am passing as a parameter. In the second approach, object I am passing as a parameter. What is the meaning of passing the object as a parameter? That object can hold any number of variables. Method parameter is a object. One object I am sending as a parameter. That object can hold the data. That object can hold the data. Perfect. So yesterday we have done lot of exercises with the object as a parameter. Let me open my IDE. Let me open my IDE. Still anybody not able to understand why we are taking object as a parameter? How to work with objects as a method input? Anybody not able to develop that? All of you able to do? Yes. Remove it. Remove it. I want to take one person. I want to take one person. So can I take a class person? Yes. Integer ID, string name, int age. Can I take like this? So what are the properties available? ID, name, age. These are variables. Am I initializing the variables? No. What type of variables? These are instance variables. Why we will call them as the instance variables? These variables are declared inside the class, outside the method. That's why those variables are called as instance variables. Okay, one class is ready. Person class is ready. Person class having just instance variables. There is nothing available. Now I am creating one more class with a name called driver. Can I take two classes? Yes, I'm taking one more class with a name called driver. Inside the driver class, I am taking one main method. What is the purpose of a main method? To run the program. Program execution will start from the main method only. Execution will start from main method. Along with this, I am taking one more method called void print method. For the print method, can I take person object as a parameter? I'm taking person object as a parameter. Now I can print the values. System.out.println p.id plus p.name plus p.age. p.id, p.name and p.age. So what is the purpose of this print method? What is the purpose of this print method? It is used to print the data available inside the person object. Void. What is the meaning of void? That method will not return anything. That method will take the input, it will perform the operation. That's it. वो कुछ नहीं return करेगा. That method is not returning anything. I have a void print method. Method is expecting object as a parameter. That method is printing the data available in the object, but method not returning anything. When your method is not returning anything, you need to take void as a return type. Are you able to follow me? What is the purpose of void? If method don't want to return anything, then we will write void. What is the purpose of the parameter? To take the input. What input my method is expecting? Object. Which object it is expecting? Person object. It is expecting person object. What is the meaning of that? All the person class variables it is expecting as a input. Now this method is a static method or this method is a instance method. That method is a instance method. How to call the instance method? By using object. Now I need to call the print method. Print method available in the person class. Print method available in the driver class. Driver class. So which class object I need to use to call the print method? Driver class object. Why I need to use a driver class object? That method is presented in the driver class. Able to follow me? I told you, oops, will take time to understand. I'm explaining in detail how to work with the methods. Methods I can complete within 1 or 2 days of time, but the rest of the course depends on the methods only. Every day you need to write the method. Which method we need to write? What input you need to take? What output you need to take? What logic you need to write? How to call that method? That is most important for the developer. That's why I'm spending extra time for the methods. Got it? Yes. Now I want to call my print method. Can you tell me the code for that? Can you tell me the code to call the print method? Driver D is equal to new driver. What is this line is going to do? Object creation. Object creation. Where that object will be created? JVM heap area. Object will be created at the compilation time. Object will be created at the runtime. Object will be created at the runtime. Programmer will create the object or JVM will create the object. Programmer will tell to JVM is going to create the object. What is the meaning of object creation? Memory allocation. Object is created. By using this object, can I call instance method of that class? Can I call instance methods of that class by using object? Yes. How can I call the instance method? D dot print. Can I directly call print like this? No. Why? Print is expecting a input. What is input? It is expecting person object. So do we have the person object to supply? No. Can I create the person object to supply? Person P is equal to or P1 is equal to new person. For when I create the person object, what will happen? Here also object creation. Here also object creation. After this object created, what will happen? Memory will be allocated for the person. Does the person class having any variables? Person class having any variable? Yes, person class having variables. Those variables will be initialized with the default value. Can I initialize my own values? Yes, p1.id is equal to some 201, p1.name is equal to some John, p1.age is equal to 30. Now, can I pass the p as a parameter? P1. What is that? P1. What is P1? P1 is a variable which is holding person class object. Can we understand how this program working internally? Can we understand how the program working internally? Yes. Now let's understand internals of this program. Now guys, here I have two classes. One is driver class. Inside the driver class, main method is available, print method is available. What is the parameter for the print method? Person. What is the parameter for the main method? String array. What is the return type of the main method? Void. What is the return type of the print method? Void only. Got it? So these are the two methods which we are having inside the person, in the driver class. Do we have any variables in the driver class? Do we have any variables in the driver class? No, variables are not available. Only methods are available. Okay. In real time, a class will be represented like this. A class will be represented like this. So you might have seen UML diagrams in your academics, unified model language. Class diagrams will be available. So that is a class and which is having two methods. Void main method, void print method. And we are having one more class. What is that class? Person class available. ID, name, age. Do we have any methods in the person class? No. Person class having only variables. Driver class having methods. Now, person class is using driver class or driver class is using person class? Person is using driver, driver is using person. Driver is using person. Got my point? See here, driver is using person, person is using driver. driver class is using person class because driver class having a print method. Driver class print method is expecting person. Driver is dependent on the person. Are you guys getting my point? Person is using driver? No. Person is just a simple normal class which is having 3 variables. Driver class is there. Driver class is having a print method. That a driver class print method is expecting person class. Are you clear? Now I am going to run this program. I'm going to run this program. Whenever we run this, first of all, this program is compiled. For this program, driver.class file will be created, person.class file will be created. There are 2 classes available. Whenever you compile, the source code will be converted to bytecode. .java file will be converted to .class file. So how many .class files will be created? 2 .class files will be created. For the driver, 1 .class file will be created. For person, 1 .class file will be created. It will be created as driver.class. It will be created as person.class. So here, this is a .java file. This is also .java file. Whenever we compile the .java file, .class file will be created. Now, I am running the program. I'm running the program. Here, I am running person program or I am running driver program. Driver program. Why? Where is the main method? Main method is available in the person class or main method is available in the driver class. Main method is available in the driver class. Now, JVM will load which class now? Driver class. But the driver class is dependent on the person class. So, whenever JVM loads one class, it will load all the dependent classes also. I am running a driver, but inside the driver, print method available. Print method is expecting person. So how many classes it will load? It will load the both classes. When the both classes are loaded, those classes will be stored inside the method area. So here, driver class will be stored. Driver class code. Driver class will be loaded and person class also will be loaded. In which area? In which area? Method area. In which area? Method area. Those classes will be loaded. I am having a main method in the driver, but the driver is dependent on the person. So driver will be loaded and person also will be loaded into the JVM. Always remember one point. Whenever we run a program, JVM will load the .class file into its memory by using class loader subsystem. We understood JVM architecture. Do you remember? Yes. Whenever I run a program, JVM will start. That JVM will load the .class file into memory. And from now, remember, when the class is loaded by the JVM, JVM will load dependent classes also. Now, which class is dependent on which class? Driver is dependent on the person or person is dependent on the driver? Driver is dependent on the person because driver class using person class. Are you clear with this? Yes. So when I run my driver program, driver class will be loaded and person class also will be loaded. In which area class code will be stored? Method area. When the classes are loaded inside the method area, class code will be stored. Then after this, program execution will start from where? Program execution will start from the main method. Understand? Driver program I am running. Inside the driver program, main method is available. Program execution will start from the main method. Can we call that as a stack? Execution stack? Can I call that as a stack? Yes or no? Java stack. Execution details will be available in the stack. In this stack, what it will call first? It will call the main method. Main method is called as entry point for program execution. Whenever you run a Java program, First, it will start execution from the main method. Inside the main method, do we have any logic? Do we have any logic for the main method, or we don't have any logic for the main method? We have the logic for the main method. What is the first line in the main method? Driver D is equal to new driver. What is the meaning of driver D is equal to new driver? Object creation. Where the object is created? In the heap area, it is going to create one object for the driver class. That object is pointed to one variable called D. So this is a driver class object. Which object is created? Driver class object is created. When the driver class object is created, it will check, do we have any instance variables in the driver class? Do we have any instance variables in the driver class? No. Just I am creating one dummy object. Just I am creating one dummy object. When the object is created, memory will be allocated and a hash code also will be generated. One unique number will be generated for the object. That unique number is called as hash code of the object. That object is having a reference variable. Why I am using this reference variable? To use the object. If I don't use driver D, is it valid? It is valid. Object will be created. But can I use the object? No. To use the object, I am storing the object into reference variable. What is the D now? D is a reference variable which is holding driver class object. But in the driver class, do I have any instance variable? No, not available. Next one. What is the next line? What is the next line? Person P1 is equal to new person. What is the meaning of that? I am creating a person object. What I'm doing? I'm creating a person object. That person object is pointing to one variable called P1. Person object is created. It is pointing to a variable called P1. In the person object, do we have any instance variables? Yes. What are the instance variables available? ID, name, age. So when the object is created, memory will be allocated for the instance variables. Are you guys getting my point? When the object is created, memory will be allocated for the instance variables. How many instance variables are available? 3. ID, name, age. Now, these variables are initialized or these variables are not initialized? These variables are not initialized. Not initialized. Then it will initialize with the default value. ID is a int, means 0. Name is a string, means null. Age is a int, means 0. That's it. Object creation completed. Object creation completed. That object is pointing to P1. P1 is pointing to object. P1 is a reference variable holding person class object. This is my person class object. Object is created in the heap area. Object is created in the heap area. This is my person class object. Okay. With this, just 2 lines of code is completed. Okay. For 2 lines of code, see how much drama is happening in the JVM. So Java files are available. Java files are converted to .class files. When I executed my program, .class files loaded into the JVM by class loader subsystem. Those for the classes, it is allocating the memory. Classes code stored into method area. Then execution started. Execution started from the main method. That execution will be stored in the Java stack. That means which methods are executing. Stack is created. Main method is executed. Inside the main method, driver class object is created. That means memory allocated. Driver D is equal to new driver. D is a reference variable which is pointing to driver class object. When the object is created, memory will be allocated. Hash code will be generated. 1 line completed. Come to the next line. When it comes to the next line, what is available? person P1 is equal to new person. That means it is creating one more object, one more memory it is allocating. Person P1 is equal to new person. Object is created. Person class having instance variable. When the object is created, memory will be allocated for the instance variable. Memory allocated. Variables are not initialized. So it is initializing with the default value. So with the 2 lines of code, this much functionality happened in the JVM. Can we see that with our eyes? Why? It is a virtual machine. We cannot see. We have to understand that. Clear, guys? Now, with these 2 lines of code, 2 objects are created. After, what is the next line? P1.id is equal to 201. What is the meaning of that? This 0 will be overriding with the 201. I am reinitializing the variable. Then P1.name is equal to John. That means what I am doing? This null value will be replaced with the John. Null value replaced with the John. Age is equal to 30. Age will be 0 will be replaced with the 30. Age will be replaced with the 30. So with that, object initialization completed. Object initialization nothing but initializing instance variables of that object. Object initialization nothing but initializing the variables of the object. With this, my variables got initialized. Okay. After this, what is this? D dot print. What I am doing? I am calling the print method. So now print method, main method is executing the main method is calling the print method. What I am passing to print method? P1. What is P1? What is P1? P1 is a object. In this object, do we have the variables? Yes. By using that P1, can I access the variable value? P1.id. P1.id. When I call P1.id, what will come? 201. P1.name, what will come? John. P1.age, 30. System.out.println. What is the meaning of that? Printing. System.out.println P1.id, P1.name, P1.age. So what output we will get? 201, John, 30. Now run this program. Run this program. When I run this program, can you see output is coming as expected? Yes. Observe how the program is executing. My program executing sequentially, or my program executing based on the control statement? Control statement. My program not executing top to bottom. You see here, my program execution will begin from main method. Then it will create the driver object. Then it will create the person object. Then it will initialize the variable. When I call the print method, it will execute this method. If it is executing sequentially, first this method should execute. But no, first which method will execute? Main method will execute. Inside the main method, I'm creating the driver object. I'm creating the person object. I'm initializing the person object data. I'm calling the print method. Print method is expecting person object. Inside the print method, I'm writing system.out.println P1.id, P1.name, P1.age. ID is holding 201. Name is holding John. Age is holding 30. So these 3 values will be printed by which method? Print method. Which method will print the values? Print method. Print method is printing the values. System.out.println. After this statement is executed, do we have anything to execute in the print method? Only one line of code is available. That line is executed. It is completed. Is there anything to execute? No, there is nothing to execute. When there is nothing to execute, JVM will kill this method. JVM, boss, your execution completed. It is going to kill that. After this execution completed, JVM will come back to main method. Do we have anything inside the main method to execute after this line? This line is executed. After this line is executed, do we have anything to execute? No. That means main method also completed. Then what JVM will do? it will kill the main method also. Program terminated. Our program terminated. So entry point, exit point is the main method. Program starting at the main method, program terminating at the main method only. Are you guys able to understand the flow? Can I show you in detail? Yes. Observe. Observe, guys. Now I'm going to show you the program with line by line execution. Okay. Now my program execution started. My program execution started. From where it started, guys? Is it starting from the line number 1? Directly started at the line number 10. Why? Main method is available. So can I say that main method is the entry point for the execution? Yes. From that main method, I'm going to next line. I'm going to next line. One line completed. Driver D completed. Driver D is equal to new driver. What is the meaning of driver D? Object is created. Object is created. So that means, can I say memory allocated for the driver class? Object created. Now next one, person P1 is equal to new person. Check P1, person P created. Can you see the values of the person object? Age is equal to 0, ID is equal to 0, name is equal to null. What are those values? Default values. Why default values initialized? They are instance variables. When the object is created, memory allocated for the instance variable. After this, what I am doing? P1.id. P1.id. Now, can you see P1.id red color? Why it is coming in the red color? Reinitialize. हम modify कर दिया था उसको. We modified that value. That's why it is showing red value. Boss, somebody modified me. Actually, object created with the default value. After that, I have initialized. That means I have modified that value. The color got changed. Guys, I'm doing debugging. So this is not required for you at this moment. In future, we are going to understand what is this debugging also. Got it? I am doing the debugging. So line by line, I'm executing my program. If you are interested to do this, there is a video in our channel. 4 years back, I have uploaded a video how to debug the Java program. Debug means executing the program line by line to understand internals of the program, to understand execution flow of the program. Okay, in the core Java, not in the core Java. In the Spring also, people will not teach you debugging, because if you know debugging, faculty का importance नहीं होता. If you know the debugging, you don't need to talk to faculty, na. You will understand everything. What is happening here? Okay. P1.id completed. Next one, P1.name. Can you see now what happened? Name changed to red color. Why? I have reinitialized the name variable. Now let me go to age. Okay. Now see P1. What happened now? Age value changed to red color. What is the meaning of that? Age value got reinitialized. Okay. Now I am calling print method. What is the meaning of a print method? What I am doing? I am calling print method. Is that method expecting any parameter? Yes. What parameter? P1. That means person object. Now let's go to this. Control came to that method. Is it going in the sequential order? No. It is executing based on the logic. When I call the print method, my program went to print method. It is calling the print method. What is there inside the print method? Statement. Now, print method taken person object. Whatever the data I have initialized, is that data reflecting in that method? That means I passed one object. That means passing the object means passing the data. Okay, 3 variables I have, 3 variables available in the object. Object I passed as a parameter. Simple example, man. I want to give you 20 apples. Can I give you 20 apples like this? How I will give you 20 apples? A packet. A packet. I will take a packet. Inside the packet, I will keep 20 apples. I will give you the packet. Without packet, if I give 20 apples, can you easily catch it? Can you easily catch 20 apples without packet? No, object is also same. I want to pass 10 variables as an input for the method. Passing 10 variables is recommended. Keeping the 10 variables in the packet, passing the packet is recommended. If general Java you can learn easily if you compare the Java concept with your real life. Understand? If I want to give you 10 apples, if I give 10 apples like this, can I hold it? Difficult. If I keep in the packet, easily with a single hand I can give you the packet. Same thing. Apples consider as a variables. Packet consider as a object. That's it. Simple na? For method, I want to give 10 apples. Giving 10 apples individually recommended. Keep 10 apples in the packet and give the packet is recommended. Giving the packet is recommended. Now, I want to give 3 variables as an input for the method. Giving 3 variables recommended. Keeping the variables in the class and giving the class object is recommended. Keep the variables inside a class, give the object as an input. That is recommended. Why? Because tomorrow our web pages will be available. In the web pages, forms will be available. Login form will be available. Registration form will be available. In the registration form, you will enter name, age, gender, date of birth, father name, mother name, surname, mobile number, email ID, password. 10 values. Is it recommended to take 10 variables as a parameters for the method? Then what we need to do? Take one object. Inside that object we can have multiple variables. Simple. Now instead of taking the variables, I'm taking object as a parameter. Object nothing but a container, collection of variables. Let me go to my project. That also will be loaded. It will load. It will load. Guys, see this. What is the parameter of this method? What is the parameter of this method? Income. Now, what is the meaning of income? Income is a class which is having 4 variables. Am I taking 4 variables as an input for the method? I'm taking object as an input for the method. Object as an input. Why? Easy. Instead of taking 4 variables as a parameters, 4 variables I'm keeping inside a class. That class I'm taking as a parameter. Everything will be represented in the form of classes and objects because we are working with Java. Java is a object-oriented programming language. Our data should be represented in the form of objects and classes. I will show you the example. Now that is our major project, guys. In the Java real-time project, there is a screen. There is a screen called income screen. What is the data? Case number, monthly salary income, rent income, property income. There are some 4 variables, 4 fields are available. When I click on submit, what will happen? These 4 fields data will go from front end to back end. In the back end, how I am representing that data as a object? Am I taking integer, case number, double salary income, double rent income, double property income? Am I taking like that? No. What I am taking? As a object. Simple. Observe. 20 apples coming. 20 apples I'm not taking one by one. Keep in the basket or keep in the packet. Give me the packet. I will expect the packet as a input. I will expect packet as a input. Understand? Why we are taking object as a method parameter? Why we are taking object as a method parameter? Passing the data to the method is easy through objects. If I don't take object, we have to pass the variable. For example, person is having 20 variables. Then what you need to do? 20 parameters you need to take for the method. Is it recommended? No. What is the recommended approach in the Java? From now, if you want to represent the data, take a class, declare the variables, create the object, store the data. From now onwards, data should be represented in the form of object. If you want to pass some data to the method, don't pass directly. Pass as a object because it is easy. In the real time, every project will expect the data in the form of objects only. Let me show you my project. I am preparing the ground for you. I'm preparing the base. I am preparing to develop a project, right? Can you see this method parameter is what? Just one ID. It is expecting only single value. When it is expecting single value, directly I'm taking long parameter. Come down. This method not taking any parameters. This method, it is taking what? Plan selection. What is plan selection? Class. That class is having some variables. How many variables available? 4 variables. That means this method is expecting 4 values. Instead of passing 4 values I am creating in the class. That a class object I am passing as a method input. Got it? Now come down. What is this? Save income data. This method is used to save the data which is coming from this page. From this page, user will submit the data. That data will go from the front end to back end. What back end should do? Back end should save the data. My back end method taking 4 variables are, it is taking one object. One object. Object contains 4 variables. Are you guys able to understand the real time? Front end form is available. User will fill the form. User will submit. Front end data should go to back end. Back end will store the data in the database. So here data is transferring from front end to back end to database. In the back end, I am representing the data in the form of object. Now come down. What is this method? Save education. What is the parameter? Education. See, there is a screen. Education details, case number, highest degree, graduation year, university. How many fields are there in the front end? 4 fields are available. There is a method to save the data. Education. Go to education, case number, highest qualification, graduation year, university name. So here form is available. Here class is available. In the front end, form is available. In the back end, class is available. Form data I am representing with one object. I am not taking 4 variables for the method. My method is taking only one variable, that is a object. That object is having fields data. Now, do you understand why we need to take object as a parameter for the method? Yes, can anyone tell me? To To reduce the number of variables for the method parameters, we will take the object. And I can, in the other way, I can say, if you want to supply multiple values as a input for the method, you can send them as a object. Are you guys understand? Right. Now scroll down. Is there any other method available? Okay. Can you see this? Child request. Child request. Go to this. Do I have the variables? Yes. Go to the child. Do I have the variables? Project means what? Classes, objects, methods. That's it. Classes, objects, methods. Class means it is a plan. Inside that variables will be available, methods will be available. What is the purpose of the variables? What is the purpose of the variable? To store the data. What is the purpose of the method? To perform the action. What is the purpose of object? To objects are used to initialize the variables and call the methods. Objects are used to initialize the variable and call the methods. Getting my point? Good. Now, here that is completed. Come down. Come down. Can you see what is the parameter? Directly long. Why? That method expecting single value. When method expecting single value, directly you can pass it. When method expecting multiple value, pass it as a object. Now, if you butify, can you become a programmer? What is the conclusion from this? Dynamic programmer. Based on the requirement, our method signature is changing. Some methods are taking object as parameters. Some methods are taking long as parameter. Some methods are not taking any parameter. That is dependent on my requirement. Based on my requirement, I am developing that logic. Got it? So from now onwards, दिमाग काम करना पड़ेगा. You have to think to write the code. Without thinking, you cannot write it. Programming means thinking, analysis. You have to do proper analysis to write the code. If you are not able to do the analysis, you cannot write the code. Analysis is the most important thing. Good. No problem, guys. You will do it. You will do it. You will do it definitely. Because good. Yesterday in the project batch, we have written 200 lines of code within 30 to 40 minutes of time. Whatever the class you are seeing, that class we developed yesterday in our Java real-time project batch, within 30 minutes of time, we have completed 200 lines of code. If you see the code, see here, what is this? Control statement. Okay, logic is available. What is this? Object is created. What is this? Calling the method. What is this? Calling the method. What is this? If. Everything you can understand by looking at the syntax, because you know what is if, you know what is class, you know what is object, you know what is the method. But what you have to learn, how to write it on your own, that you have to learn. For that we are understanding the basics now. How to create the methods, how to take the objects as a input for the method. Now can anyone tell me why to take object as a input for the method? When you want to supply multiple values as a input for the method, then you can take object as a method parameter. Clear na? Still anybody not able to understand? We are clear. Good. Now my program is waiting. My program is waiting to execute. At which line number it is waiting? 6. What is there in the sixth line number? System.out.println. What is the purpose of that? Print the data. How I am printing? P.id, P.name, P.age. What is the meaning of that? Accessing the variables data by using object reference. F6. Now data is printed. My data is printed. After data is printed, is there anything to execute in the print method? No, directly it is waiting at the curly brace. When I come to the next line, where it came? Where it came? It came to the main method. Where it started first? Main method. Where it is ending now? Main method. So can I say entry point and exit point is my main method? Yes, for JVM, entry point is the main method and exit point is also main method. Understand? Good. Look at this. There are two classes available, two classes compiled. Am I compiling or my IDE compiling that? My IDE compiling that. That is auto compilation. Now I am running the program. When I run this program, which class is running? Driver or student? Driver. Why driver is running? Main method is available in the driver class, so driver class is running. Inside the driver class, main method available, entry point for the execution. Inside the driver object is created to call the print method, but to call the print method is expecting person object. So I created the person object, I initialized the variables of the person and I called the print method. Print method is taking the person as an input and it is printing the data on the console by using system.out.println. After print method completed, then it will come back to main method. Then main method also will complete. With that, our program execution got completed. Got it? Yesterday, someone asked me to explain internals. Why it is printing hyphen? I have given hyphen here. Concatenation. Just to separate the data, I have given double hyphen for separation. Good. Able to understand the internals of the program now? Easy? Okay. Now, next. Next one. Write a Java method which will give object as a output. Understand? As of now, what we have done? As of now, for the method I have given object as a input. Now I want object as a output. If I call the method should give me object. Try. Write a Java method. Write a Java method which will give person object with data. Write a Java method which will give person object with data. You already know my person class. It is having 3 variables. I want you to write a method which will give person object with data. I want object from the method. As of now, I have given something as an input for the method. Now, abhi method should give the object. Try. You can use, just I want a syntax. Write a Java method which will give person object with data. Write a Java method which will give person object with data. Write Java method which will give person object with data. Okay. For online people, tomorrow is what? Friday, na? Tomorrow Friday, right? Online people, tomorrow 11 o'clock, we have doubts clarification session. For online students, tomorrow morning 11 o'clock, doubts clarification session is there. Whatever the doubts you have, you can ask me tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, I will conduct doubts clarification session for online students. Is that okay for everyone? Is that okay for everyone? Yes, good. Whatever the doubts you guys are having, please note down your doubts. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, you can ask your doubts. Okay, good. I will write. You can sit down. I will write it. You can check it. Simple, guys. See, what is my requirement? Write a Java method which will give person object with data. Method should give the data. What is the meaning of that? Method should return data. What data? Person data. Now, can I take return type as a person? Can I take return type as a person? Now, can I write a method called get method? Any name. Method can be anything. Method name can be anything. Now, inside this, can I create person P is equal to new person object? Can I create a person object now? P dot ID is equal to 101. P dot name is equal to some Raju. Then P dot age is equal to 30. Can I do return P? If you write like this, it is correct. Huh? No, I am asking to get the data from this method. Na? My requirement, can you read it? It will call in the main method. Whenever you call, it will give the object as a return type. No need to pass parameter. I'm asking to get the object, not to take the object. No, not required. Huh? No, P is a variable which is belongs to person object. Na? Same. Yes. When you have return type as a int, what we are passing? Whenever return type is int, I will pass 1. 1 is a value which is belongs to int type. Now, when my return type is a person, I need to return the value which is belongs to person. What is P? P is a variable. What variable it is? What this variable holding which value? Object. So that object I am returning. So this is the logic which is used to return the object. That's it. Not P dot, D dot get. Right. I will write that. I will write that. Are you guys clear? When to take, observe, when to take object as a return type? Normal. When to take object as a parameter? If your method want to take multiple values as an input, then we will take object as a parameter. When to take object as a return type? If you want to return multiple values from the method, simple man. If you want to take multiple values as an input, then take object as a parameter. My method want to return multiple values as an output, then I will take object as a return type. Object as a, this is the most important thing. Object as a parameter, object as a return type. When to take object as a parameter? Method wants to take multiple values as a input. When to take object as a return type, method want to return more than one value. My simple, I am writing int as a return type, man. I'm taking add into a comma into b. Okay, add method. What is the purpose of add method? Sum of two numbers, a plus b. What I will get? Into c. What I am returning? Return c. Why I taken only int now? Sum करने के बाद एक ही value होता है ना? After adding the two numbers, the result will be one value only, right? When you want to return one value from the method, you will take primitive as a return type. But now my method should give me person ID, person name, person age. How many values are there? Can I take like this? Int, string, int. This is for ID, this is for name, this is for age. Can I write like this? Why? Method should have only one return type. Multiple parameters can be available, but return type should be only one. My person is having three properties: ID available, name available, age available. So can I take three return types? First one is for ID, second one for name, third one for age? No. Instead of three, what I will take? I will take a person. So when I call get method, what I will get? When I call get method, what get method giving me now? Look at that. Person object. When I call get method, what it will give me? Person object. Understand? So when to take object as a return type? When to take object as a return type? When we have multiple values to return from the method, then take object as a return type. Simple example. Let's go here. Go to front end. There is one screen available, guys. There is one screen available. I am entering some number. That is a case number. I am clicking on the button. Observe, when I click on the button, am I getting one value as an output, or I am getting multiple values as an output? Can you observe? I have a screen. In this screen, there is a field. I'm giving the number 1, 2, 3. Click on the button. When I click on the button, what happened? Am I getting one value? Am I getting multiple values? Multiple values. That means when I click a button, one method is calling. When I click the button, one method is calling. That method is executing some logic. That method is returning some data. Method returning a single data, method returning multiple fields, multiple values here, multiple values. Then how to return multiple values from a method? Object. My method return type is a object. Now, can you see here, what is input for the method? Number. What is input for the method? Number. What is output from the method? Some records. Multiple records are coming. I'm giving input as a number. I'm getting the output as a record. So for this method, parameter is a single value. Return type is a object. Why return type is the object? That method has to return multiple values from the back end to front end. Can I show you that method now? Yes, yesterday only we have done that method in the program. Now, so this is what is this? What is this functionality? Can you see this? Eligibility determination. There is a class available for that functionality. Let me show you that class. That is eligibility service. Now, can you see? Can you read the method name? What is this method name? Determine eligibility. Is it matching now? Eligibility determination, determine eligibility. What my method is expecting? Case number, long case number. That means single value or multiple value? Single value. Why I am taking single value parameter? From the UI, single value is coming as the input for the method. What my method is taking? Case number. See my variable name also. case number. Method is taking single value. Why I am not taking object as a parameter? From the front end I am getting the single value. Then why I need object? Are you understanding? From the front end, in the front end screen, user will give the single value in the field, click on the button. When you click on the button in the front end, that front end request will go to back end. My Java code is available in the back end. My front end code available in the Angular. Front end code in the Angular or HTML, kuch bhi. So when user enter one field here and click on the button, this field, this number will go as an input for the method. Then what my method is returning? Response. Response is a one value. Response is multiple values. Multiple values. Can I open this class? Yes. What is there? Multiple values are available. Yes. Why I am taking object as a return type? Because my method should return all these values as a output for the user. When your method want to return multiple values, take object as a return type. When your method want to take multiple values as an input, take object as a parameter. Samjha? Not able to understand? Understood? So why I am taking here why I am taking one parameter for the method and object as a return type? Why my method taking one value as a parameter, object as a return type? My method is expecting single input, but it is giving multiple values as a output. When you want to represent multiple values, you have to go for class and object. Got it? So now, can I say like this? Is this valid now? Write a Java method which will give person object with data. Yes, I am taking a method called get. Method name can be anything. Method name can be anything. Can I write like this also? Get person data or get person. Can I call it as a get person? Yes, get person. What it is returning? What is returning? Person object. What is the meaning of returning a person object? It is giving multiple values. I created a person object. I am storing the data in the person object. I am returning the person object. Whoever call this method, they will get my person object. Got it? Can we write the program for this? Yes, good. Remove everything. Okay. Yes. I have a driver class. I have a person class. I want to write a method to get the person. Method only to get the person. Method not taking anything. Method is not taking anything. Method should give me only output. Method should give me only output. Now, see this. What is the return type? Person. What is the method? Get a person. Get a person. So now can you tell me method having any parameter? Method having any parameter? No. Method having any return type? Method having any return type? What is the return type of the method? Person. That means what my method returning? Person object. Why it is returning object? Person is having multiple values. To return multiple values in the single shot, I'm taking object as a return type. Getting na? People faces are looking dull. Now you understand why people will drop from the Java once oops started? I told you one story. People will join Java. Once oops started, half of the strength will drop. Why? Because array, class, variable, method, object, parameter, return type. Kya chal raha hai bhai? Dimag kharab. So many people, most of the people will drop from the Java course once oops started, because oops are little confusing. When it is easy, when you do more and more practice, when you do more and more practice, it is easy. Now tell me, if you know the oops, is there anything else available? Is there anything else available? Kuch bhi nahi. Method is there, object is there, variables are there, control statements are there, object creating, calling the methods, passing the input, taking the output. That's it. That is programming. Oops. Without knowing the oops, you cannot write the programs. Oops are very important. Oops. Yes. Person P is equal to new person. What I have done now? I created object. When I create object, what will happen? Memory will be allocated. When I create the object, memory will be allocated. Okay. Now, P dot ID. Can I store some value? ID is equal to 101. P dot name is equal to P dot name is equal to some name. Now P dot age is equal to some value. Then what I need to return? Return P. What is the meaning of return P? Object I am returning. My method is returning a object. Is it valid syntax? Yes. I am having a get person method. That method is creating the object and storing the data in the object and returning the object. Got it? Any confusion? Now, when can I run this program? Is there any main method? Then how can we run? Is there any main method available? No. Can I run that program? No. I need to write a main method. Can I write a main method now? Yes, main method. So this method is a static method or this method is an instance method? Instance method. Can I call the instance method? What is required to call the instance method? Object. Which object? Why driver? Why not person? It is in the driver class. That get person method is available in the driver class. Driver D is equal to new driver. Driver D is equal to new driver. D dot get person. D dot get person. I'm calling the method. Method is giving anything or not? Is method giving something? Method giving any output or method not giving any output? Giving output. So do you need to store that output? Simple, man. I'm giving the subject. Are you storing the subject or you are not storing the subject? Where you are storing? In the brain. Now I'm calling the method. Method is giving the output. Can I store the output into one variable? In which variable? Can I store into P? Can I store into P? No. Why? What that method returning? Person object. So where I need to store now? Person variable. Method is returning some object. That object I need to store into one variable. What is that variable? Person P. Variable name can be anything. You can take it as a Z also. Method is there. Method is returning the object. Whenever you call the method, you are getting the object. Method is giving the output. That whatever the simple string S is equal to Ashok IT. Ashok IT. S dot length. What is that purpose of length method? To find the length of the length. That means I'm calling length method. Length method is returning what? How many characters available? Where I can store that length? Can I store that length into one variable called int? Int I is equal to S dot length. What is the meaning of int I? Whatever the value is giving by the method, I am storing into a variable. I am calling the method giving me some output. That output I am storing into one variable. So what is the return type of the length method? Can you see? What is the return type of the length method? Int. That's why I'm storing the length method output into a variable which is belongs to into type. Now what is the return type of the get person? What is the return type of get person? Person object. So can I store into person variable like this? Yes or no? So I am calling the method I am getting the object. Object I am storing into a variable. Yesterday, what happened? Yesterday, method expected object as a input. Yesterday, method expected object as a input. But today what happened? Method expecting input or method is giving output? Method not expecting anything. It is just giving the output. You call the method, it will give the output. You store that output into a variable. That is called calling the method and storing the output. I'm calling the method, it is giving the output. Output I'm storing into one variable. What is the data type of the variable? What is the data type of the variable? Person. Now I got the person object. Can I get the data from the object now? System.out.println sp.id p.id plus p.name then p.age. That's it. Look at this. Don't talk, just understand the code. Method name can be anything, man. I can write the method name as M1 also. Call the M1. That's it. Method name can be anything, na? You need to understand what is the parameter of the method, what is the return type of the method. That's it. Any questions, anyone? Huh? Okay. Take your own time. Yes, it is creating the object, it is setting the data, it is returning the object. Because whenever you are calling the method, you have to supply the input for the method, na? That's why we created the object in the main method. We supplied as input. Abhi, this method is expecting an input. Then why to create the object in the main? Got it? Whenever you are calling a method, if it is expecting input as an object, you create the object, you pass the object as a parameter wherever you are calling the method. But now, is my method expecting an input? No, that method you just call, it will give the data. Okay, guys. Khatam. You can print there also, no problem. But our requirement to return the object, na? If you print directly here, then what is the use of returning? I don't want to print in the M1. I want to return from. What is the concept today? When to take object as a return type. Okay, I'm taking object as a return type of the method. Now, can you guys write one logic? Yes. Yep. Write the Java program. Write a Java method to return college data. College data. I mean to say college ID, college name. That's it. Write a Java method to return college data. College data means name of the college, ID of the college. That's it. Two variables. Write a Java method to return college data. Online people, I'm seeing your chat, man. Yogesh, I can see that. Try the requirement. Write a Java method to return college data. Already I have written the method to return the person data. Now you need to write a method to return college data. Do that. Yogesh and Roshani, do that. Write a Java method to return college data. College data in the sense, name of the college, ID of the college. You should write a method which will return college data. Method should return college data. Method should return college data. Completed. Yeah, that's it. Correct. Good. अंकित क्या चल रहा है हो गया ट्राई कर राइट इट Madhu, where are you? Completed? Praveen. Done? सही है. Yeah, perfect. Good. Right. Right, guys. See here. I'm writing that now. You can check it. You can check the logic with me. See, observe. I have asked you to write a method which will return college data. So first of all, we need to represent the college data. For that, we need to take a class called college. What data I have asked? ID and a name. ID means integer. Name means string. That's it. I have taken one college. I have taken one class as a college, which is having integer ID and a string name. I have asked you to write the method which will return the college data. So let us take a class called driver. Class called driver. I want to write a method which will return the college. So can I take college as a return type? Yes. Can I write the method as M1? College M1? Yes or no? Now, can I create the college object? College C is equal to new college. Then C dot ID. It is equal to 101. C dot name is equal to some college. Return C. That's it. That's it. College class I have taken. In that class I have two variables, ID and name. College M1. What is this M1? What is M1? M1 is a method. What is the return type? College. That means what my method is returning? My method is returning one object. Okay. I'm creating the object. I am setting the data. C.id, C.name. I am returning C. So this is a instance method. Can I call this instance method? Take a main method. Take a main method. Where is M1 method available? Inside the driver class. So let's create a driver D is equal to new driver D dot M1. What is the output I am getting from the M1? Course object. Can I store that object into a variable? What data type? College. College C is equal to D dot M1. I got the object C dot ID. C dot ID. Then C dot name. This is the output. See here. Write a Java method to return college data. So first I have taken one class called college, which is used to represent the data. Class college. In the class college, there are two variables available. Then I have taken driver class. Inside the driver, I have taken M1. Inside the M1, I am creating the object and I am returning the object. What is my method return type? College. Then I have taken a main method. I have taken a main method. Driver D is equal to new driver. What is the meaning of driver D is equal to new driver? Creating the object. Then what I am doing? D dot M1. I'm calling the method. When I call the method, what happened? Method is returning object. Can I store the object into a variable? Yes. Once I got the object, can I print the data of the object? Yes. Now let me run this program. When I run this program, am I able to get the college data? Yes, I'm able to get the college data. Method is giving the object. This is what. Got it? Fine. College data, new college, return that college, and the main method driver D college is equal to DR. D dot M1, D dot data. D dot data. You need to call the method. You need to call the method. Yes. Huh. There you need to call the method. Data method. There only D dot M1. D dot data. What is your method name? Where is the method? You call it. Here how I am calling the method. No. D dot data. Your method name is data. You can do that anywhere. You can do that anywhere. Yogesh, tomorrow I will clarify your doubt, man. Because in the last time we have taken the method, that method expected input. Last time method expected input. That's why inside the driver class we are initializing the data we are passing. But this time my method is not expecting any input. My method directly giving the output. That's why inside the method, which method is giving the output, that method only creating the object, that method only initializing the variable, that method only returning the object. Why you need to initialize in the main method? Not required, because M1 method not expecting any input. If M1 method expecting some input, then you need to initialize and you need to pass the object as input. But now the requirement is just to get the output from the method. That's why I'm not creating the college object in the main method. Got it? Clear for all of you? Yeah. Anybody not able to understand the return type as the object? When to take return type as a object? When our method wants to return more than one value. When our method wants to return more than one value, then we will take object as a return type. When to take object as a parameter? When we have multiple values to take as input, then object as a parameter. When method want to return multiple values, then object as a return type. Got it? Now, can I check your IQ? Can I give one logical requirement now? Ready? Ready or no? Ready. Ready or not ready? Always ready? Yes. Perfect. Now, guys, come on. Ready? Okay. See here, I'm telling you first. I am representing first Raju data. Raju data. How I am representing Raju data? ID is 101. Name is Raju. Age is 30. Is that okay? Logical requirement I am giving now. This is Raju data. Raju ID is 101. Name is Raju. Age is 30. Now let me take Rani data. ID is 102. Name is Rani. Age is 32. Okay? Now first there are two persons available. Person data Raju, ID 101, name is Raju, age is 30. Now let's take Rani. ID is 102, name is Rani, age is 32. So one value available or multiple values available? Multiple values are available. Now the requirement is write a Java method. Write a Java method. Observe, listen the requirement, man. Write a Java method which will take ID as input, which will take ID as input. If ID based on ID return person data. If ID is 101, I should get Raju data. If ID is 102, I should get Rani data. Got it? Listen once again. Raju, this is the data of the Raju. This is the data of the Rani. Write a Java method which will take ID as a input. That means based on the ID, your method should return the data. That means method should take some input, method should give some output. If I give input as 101, I should get Raju data. If I give input as 102, I should get Rani data. Understood? 5 minutes time. Try. Abhi pata chalega how much you understood about methods. If you can do this requirement, you are good with methods. If you can do this requirement, you are good with methods. Write a Java method which will take ID as input, based on ID return person data. ID as input. If ID is 101, then method should return Raju. Method should return Raju object. If ID is 102, then method should return Rani object. Now read the requirement once again. Write a Java method which will take ID as input. If ID is 101, then method should return Raju object. If ID is 102, then method should return Rani object. Yeah, it is little difficult, but let's try. Let's try. If I am keep on explaining theory, there is no use. We need to do the practicals. Then only you will realize. Come on, guys, fast. You know how to take input for the method. You know how to give the output from the method. Just I have given one extra condition. That's it. Slowly, difficulty is increasing. Come on. Yeah, Abhishek, you are right. Write the complete code. Gautam. Then, yes, man. Perfect. Correct. Good. For our previous program, if you just add one if condition, that will be completed. What happened, madam? अरे भाई ये गलत है ना, रंग रंग रंग
इसको इससे करना पड़ेगा ये जैसे हुआ इधर
No, I will tell you. This is wrong. Wrong.
नेम को इसको दिया
हाँ,
इसको पैरामीटर ले लिया आईडी को इसको 101 होगा तो रीडर नेम लिखना होगा
सही है. Right. Correct. Come on, guys. What happened? Abhishek, no need to write two methods, man. You can do it in a single method. You have written get Raju, get Rani. दो मेथड लिखने का जरूरत नहीं है, एक ही मेथड पे करना पड़ेगा. दो मेथड नहीं चाहिए, एक ही मेथड पे लिखना है. हाँ, I will write it. I will write it. Okay, guys, listen. Come on. Yes, it is a difficult program, but don't worry. Okay. See here. What is my requirement? I have to return the Raju data and Rani data. Raju data and Rani data. Can I consider Raju, Rani as persons? They are persons only, right? So can I represent their data as a person? Yes. Integer, ID, string, name, integer, age. Okay. With this, we are able to represent the data in the object. I need to write a method which should return the Raju object and Rani object based on the ID. First, I am taking person class in order to represent the data. Class, person, ID, name, age. Now, I need to write a method. Let me take another class to call that class driver. Now, can I take a method with a return type as person? Person. Can I write a method as M1? Now, my method is expecting any parameter. It has to expect. Why it has to expect? If ID is 101, then I need to return the Raju. If ID is 102, then I should return the Rani. My method is expecting integer ID. That means my method is taking some input. My method is giving some output. Why I am taking input as ID? Only I need single value as the input. Why I am taking person as the output? Multiple values, ID, name, age. So my method name is M1, method parameter is ID, method return type is object. Okay, now I will create person P is equal to new person. What is this? Person P is equal to new person. Can I return person object? Yes. Now person P is equal to new person. I am returning person object. But what data? If ID equal to 101, if ID equal to 101, then what I will do? P dot ID is equal to 101. P dot name is equal to Raju. P dot age is equal to 30. Got it? Yes or no? Now, else if ID double equals to 102. If ID double equals to 102, then what I will do? P dot ID is equal to 102. P dot name is equal to Rani. P dot name is equal to Rani. P dot age is equal to 30. That's it. My earlier we are directly returning one person data, but now based on some condition we are returning the data. Able to understand? Look at the code. Confusion लग रहा है? हाँ. Read this method. Look at that method. Method, first we have studied method with only parameter, then we have studied method with only return type. Now we have taken method with parameter and return type. Good requirement? Method with parameter and return type. Guys, it is not simple. You are learning one language. You have to work hard. Simple. Your mother tongue is Hindi. If you want to speak in Chinese, is it easy? Every word you have to learn. Okay. Now there are some people from north. If you want to speak in Telugu, very difficult because that is a different language. That is a different language. So whenever you are learning language, you have to keep lot of efforts. Now for Telugu people, speaking in Hindi is difficult because that is a different language. Now you know Telugu or Hindi or English. Now you are learning Java. It is one language. So initially it will be difficult. Understood? After I am writing the code, it is easy, but when you try to do it for first time, you are not getting the idea what to write, what to do. So that analysis you need to improve. Huh? Yes, now we need to write, this is main logic. This is the logic implementation. Abhishek, you have written 2 methods, not required. हाँ ये भी सही है. देखो, Satya Raut has implemented this in a different way. His logic is also correct. हाँ, 2 ऑब्जेक्ट को इनिशियलाइज किया, but he is returning the object based on condition. That is also right. That is also right. There are multiple ways to do that, but in this program unnecessarily he is creating 2 objects. Memory waste. Unnecessarily is creating 2 objects. We can do with 1 object. Satya, logic is correct but not recommended. क्यों? Unnecessarily 2 object. ये बंदा बहुत लंबा प्रोग्राम लेकर ये कौन है भाई? बलम चरण. Return college data is equal to new college data. He is creating college object. He is taking the man. He already completed his core Java. He is taking the ID also from the keyboard. Yeah, that's also correct. It's correct. Balam Charan, your logic is also correct. You are taking the ID. Some people who already doing my JRTP, they are coming to core Java. They want to see how Ashok is teaching core Java. Completed now? Now, can I call this method? Can I call this method? How to call this method? Let's go for main method. Now, driver D is equal to new driver D dot M1. I'm passing 101. What is the return type? Person object. Which person? Based on the ID. If I pass ID as 101, I will get Raju data. If I pass 102, I will get the Rani data. So here I'm going to print system.out.println person.id plus person.name. That's it. Run this program. Which data I am getting? Raju data. If I give 102, which data I will get? Rani data. Got it? So observe the logic. First I have a person class. My person class representing ID and name and age. Now I have asked you to write a Java method which will take ID as an input. If ID is 101, then method should return Raju object. If ID is 102, method should return Rani object. See here. In this method M1, logically I am initializing the object. If I get a ID input, method is expecting an input. Why method is taking input? Based on that input only, it has to return the data. Method having input, method having output. If input is 101, I'm creating the person object because for Raju or for Rani, object is required. I created person object. If ID is equal to 101, what is this? I'm checking the condition. Condition I'm checking by using if. If ID double equals to 101, that means whatever the ID I am getting, if ID is equals to 101, I am initializing the person object with Raju data. If not, else if ID is equal to 102, I am initializing the object with Rani data. Suppose if I call this with 103, what is the output? Nothing. Index out of bound. Common sense. Common sense you have to apply. If I pass M1 of 103, it will go to M1 method. In the M1 method, what is the input I am passing? 103. Then person object is creating or not? When the person object is created, variables will be initialized with the default value. After that, it will check the condition. Satisfying, not satisfying. Satisfying, not satisfying. Return P. What is there in the P? Default values are available. Why it will give index out of bound? Why it will give error? Run the program. 0 and null value. Default values. Why default value? Because my object is created already. We already discussed what will happen when the object is created. Variables will be initialized with the default value. After default values are initialized, am I re-initializing the variable? No. When the ID is 103, this condition not satisfied, this condition also not satisfied. Then what values will be available for the variables? Default value. For ID, default value will be 0. For the name, default value will be null. For age, default value will be 0. If I pass 101, then what will happen? It will go to this M1 method. I am calling D.M1 101. What it will do? It will go to M1 method. Person object created. Variables are initialized with the default value. 101 satisfied. Then I am re-initializing the variable. Person object will contain a Raju data. Then it will return the Raju object. If I pass 102, person object created, initialized with the default value. Condition checking, not satisfied. Second condition, satisfied. Initializing with the Rani data, returning the object with the Rani data. If I pass 120, it will call the M1. Person object created, default values were the variables. Condition satisfied? No. Condition satisfied? No. Then return P. What is there in the P? default value. That's it. Got it? Based on 101, I'm returning Raju. Based on 102, I'm returning Rani. If you pass anything other than 101 or 102, object will have default values. Got it? Yes. You know the methods. You know the method parameter. You know the method return type. But when I give the task, you are not able to do. That means coding problem, analysis problem. Analysis problem. Analysis problem. You have to do the proper analysis. Okay. Now, can I give one more requirement? Write a Java method which will return. Write a Java method which will return player data. Player data. Write a Java method which will return player data. Okay? ID, age, name. Yes. Write a Java method. Write a Java method which will return player data based on player ID. Okay. Write a Java method which will return player data based on player ID. Player data means ID, name, age. If ID is 7, I want to get the data of Dhoni. Dhoni ka number kya hai? 7. And next one, Kohli ka? 18. Yeah. If the ID is 18, then you need to return Kohli. Pandya ka? इसका रहने दो. Rohit Sharma? 45. हाँ ठीक है देखो 45. इसका नाम रोहित शर्मा. हाँ. You need to write this, man. Write a Java method which will return player data, cricket player data based on the player number. Player number. Player data means I want ID, name and age. If player number is 7, I want to get Dhoni data. If player number is 18, I want to get Kohli data. If player number is 45, I want to get Rohit Sharma data. Good. 33 Pandya. ठीक है. Satya, I have given one more scenario. हाँ? क्या बोला? Kunal Pandya, Hardik Pandya. How many people watch cricket? Waste of time, man. Waste of time. Actually, last time I think India cricket match happened, and next day I came to know that yesterday there is a India-Pakistan match. India won. I came to know of next day. Did I lose anything? Kuch bhi. Waste of time. Watching the cricket is waste of time. Indian youth wasting their time by watching the cricket, that football and all. आपको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. Nothing. Instead of watching that cricket, football, learn Java. Java will give you job. 50,000 salary, 1 lakh salary. Have you seen today? Today, have you seen today? 4 people got the jobs. I got the poster today. JRTP. Today, 4 people got the jobs. Poster is ready. 17.5, 13, 6 and 7.5. JRTP. This guy is having some genuine experience. He's having experience already. हाँ बेंच में मिला था उसको. हाँ. These people got the jobs in the. Today I came to know that these people got the jobs. 6 महीने लगेगा. Monthly, on an average, 100 to 150 people are getting placed from our institute. Monthly. Arey yaar. I will wait for another 1 week. Otherwise, I will only teach module 2 also. Write a Java method which will return cricket player data based on the player number. Okay. You need to write a method which will take an input, which will give the output. Methods are used to perform the operation. Variables are used to store the data. Concept wise, you are very clear. But using that concept, you should be able to write the program also. Good. Hi. HTML, CSS? You this time you completed a requirement, huh? Okay. Good. Guys, don't bother about. Yesterday somebody messaged me, sir, when our core Java will complete. If you want, I can complete in another 30 days. Is that important? Already you wasted 20 years. If you spend another 2 months extra, you will get the subject only. Once you join for a course, don't bother about the duration. Bother about how much you are getting, how much amount you paid, how much knowledge you are getting, how much subject you are gaining. That you have to compare. If you are not getting proper subject from me, then you have to question me. Don't ask me, sir, you told core Java 2 months, already 2 months completed, but we are in the middle only. How much subject you are gaining? I can teach methods within 2 days, but can you understand? After teaching 1 week also, you are not able to write. So don't question me about the duration. When you want quality, tell me if you don't want quality. If you don't want quality, then we will complete the course within the given duration. 2 months means exactly 2 months core Java will complete. But what you will get? Kuch nahi aata. There is no use. There is no use. If your parents are asking, अरे और कितना महीने रहना पड़ेगा? Mummy, Papa, I am learning the course. I am learning the course with the proper quality. Quality means it will take time. It will take 1 month extra or 2 months extra or 3 months extra. That is in your hands. If you are able to grab the content, I can move forward. If you are, why I am giving these many scenarios? You should get more confidence on the programming. I'm comparing everything with my project. Is everything available in the project? Same kind, method with parameter with return type. Oops collections, most important concepts. I'm not bothered about the duration. We will tell 3 months, 4 months, but it will take some extra. Nahi hoga. How many days completed? Already 45 days completed. Yeah. But you need to understand within 45 days how much you lent. Huh? When you want quality, duration to lamba hoga. Yes. Within 45 days, you are able to write the code on your own. Don't tell me other institute full stack is 4 months. We are taking 6 months, 7 months. Don't compare. This much quality will not be there. Why I'm keeping this much effort? In other institute, owners will not teach the subject. They will just complete the course. But here, it is my institute, our institute. If I don't give the quality, pura institute collapse ho jayega. So I have more responsibility when you compare with the other trainers. That too it is challenge. First batch na. एम्प्लॉई मतलब वो एम्प्लॉई जैसा काम करता. एम्प्लॉई मतलब एम्प्लॉई जैसे काम करता है वो. ओनर मीन्स मोर रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी विल बी देयर. लड़का बोला था क्या करे. Good. Able to complete? Yes. Fine, guys. Thank you. We'll continue in tomorrow's session. Online people, tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, we have doubts clarification session. Yes.